per month. This is, it's never happened before. And look, history's been made here, but it comes alongside the largest drop in unemployment rate in a single year on record.
The Senate in history of the United States has been amazingly and extraordinarily productive. 20 months into the Democratic majority, I just want to take a moment to highlight the many, many accomplishments we have secured in this chamber under Democratic leadership. It's the most in recent memory. The American Rescue Plan, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the Gun Safety Bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, an omnibus package, and many other bills in between. Senate Democrats have worked hard every step of the way to improve the lives of American people, to help those in the middle class stay there, to help those struggling to get into the middle class a little easier to get there. And we will continue to do our work for the American people this week by passing a CR to keep the government open.
Benefits have lost around 40% of their buying power. One of the biggest proposals in the works is an increase in benefits. For people who are ages 80 and older, not only will this help older adults maintain buying power, but it will also provide a boost for retirees who are running low on savings. And while nothing is set in stone, this plan does propose increasing benefits by around 5%. And it's one of Washington's most divisive proposals, as only 53% of Americans, 53% of Republicans are in favor of voting for it. So if the Republicans decide to block this stimulus check, that means we won't be getting any stimulus payment if President Biden can't get this past the Republicans. But hopefully everybody he can, because President Biden can definitely send out stimulus checks if he's done it before. Now, the nearly 1.9 million borrowers who paid off their loans during the pause and those who refinanced their student loans during the pause into private loans do not qualify for the automatic stimulus check. Yes, people are getting automatic stimulus checks because in August, Biden extended the pause on repayment, interest, and collections, which began back in March 2020. And according to the Office of Federal Student Aid, about 9 million federal student loan borrowers have made at least one check and one payment to April 20 to March 2022 of this year. So the application for loan forgiveness will become available in October, next month. Borrowers are expected to advise and apply before November 15th in order to receive a check before the end of the year. And we all know how important it is for people to receive the stimulus check, so hopefully President Biden can do something about this and help out the American people. Guys, it is here. President Biden can finally do something for the American people that's valuable, and that's sending out stimulus checks before the end of the year. A stimulus check of $2,000 or even $1,400 has to be approved by December of 2022 if President Biden has any hope of making the American people happy. Now everybody, the whole goal of this channel is to provide you with the most up-to-date, reliable stimulus check information, from anything on stimulus aid, relief assistance, low-income benefits, Social Security benefits, and as well as stimulus check news. I'll always
take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy holiday season and a wonderful new year. And what I wanted to discuss very briefly with you is the fact that I will soon be assuming the chairmanship of the U.S. Senate's Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, one of the most important committees in the Congress. And as I move into that position, which has
Folks, we got a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Continue watching this video. You definitely don't want to miss out on this important stimulus check information. We have a ton of news to go over, and what's good is that even Joe Biden is ready for a stimulus payment. Income is based payments, and they're set to go out in just a few days. The lawmakers are finally setting aside money from budget surpluses for new stimulus. And 1,000 payments are confirmed for many. Now, there are more than 1 million Americans that are eligible for bonus payments this year, thanks to several cities and states offering money. Bonuses, which are taxable, are awarded to workers to addition to their salary. Some are offering bonuses as costs in the economy remain high, and to say thank you to the workers that worked during the height of the crisis. For those in the market for a job, some places may offer what is called a sign-on bonus to lure in some workers. Now, households will start getting checks worth between $400 and $1,000 in just weeks under a $330 million premium pay program. A premium pay program that will benefit those that are in need of stimulus. The Connecticut State Legislature overwhelmingly voted to increase the state's premium pay program by $75 million as part of the House bill. Initially, the bonus pay was originally worth $1,000 for full-timers and $400 for part-timers, but the state ran into an application influx issue and had to make modifications. Under the original plan, workers making less than $100 would actually receive $1,000 every single day. This is a free stimulus cash. However, the state changed the policy so that only full-time workers who make less than $50,000 will qualify for the full $1,000. This means those making between $50 and $150 are eligible between $100 and $800. The program applies to only private sector workers, leaving out anybody who's working for a federal or state government agency. Specifically, to qualify, you must have not been able to work from home and must be employed from March 10 to May 7, 2022, which was last year. Already, 2 other states have secured their funds for this bonus payment. And since October, the Maryland State Department of Education has been sending you guys $13,000, and now the city of Memphis, Tennessee is offering also $15,000 for recruitment policies. Over in the state of Florida, they're giving $3,000 through the Inflation Reduction Act and the Florida Power and Light Rebates Energy Bill. Homeowners can expect to claim 30% of the cost of their air source, like heating pumps and all those things. Mortgage rates have declined for 3 weeks in a row, giving homeowners a bigger opportunity to purchase a house. But this all leads to one question. Will Joe Biden send out the stimulus check in 2023? Let's find out. So the economists are pushing for a $8,000 fourth stimulus check, everybody. This will be a one-time inflation relief check, and these checks could be out. It is happening. The inflation rate is expected to rise once again, everybody. And now the Federal Reserve is planning to take big action to address this major issue. With millions of people worried about with Congress stepping in for a little extra relief, people don't know if they're going to receive stimulus payments in 2023. But in this video, I'll explain to you the most important stimulus check information that you have to know. Because remember folks, if President Biden does send out the fourth stimulus check in time, many people will get the relief that they so desperately need. And that would definitely be a great thing. So I hope that President Biden can keep his promise to the American people and send out stimulus payments by 2024. Do you think he will? Tell me in the comments. Well, high inflation and the state of the economy remain at the top of the list of America's top concern. A new poll showed that at least 60% of respondents said they have a great deal about concern and inflation in the economy. The percentage increased by 2 points for both categories from a poll taken last year. The Fed is already raising its key interest rate by 0.25 percentage points, underscoring the central bank's commitment to fighting inflation, even if that heightens the financial pressure on the country's banks. Now, folks, listen to this. As recently as 2 weeks ago, the Fed appeared set for a steeper rate hike and prepared to keep them elevated for longer. But a startling deposit run at Silicon Valley Bank and a closure of 2 smaller banks and a takeover of 2 other banks has created this panic in the financial system. Many economists, as well as the Fed, noted the bank's newfound caution following the turmoil would likely drag on the economy. The high cost of living is causing financial headaches for millions of people. That is why many states and cities have approved new relief. There is a $5 million fund from which Americans could get much needed $500 stimulus checks. Everybody, listen up. It's important now. This is happening in the state of Missouri, specifically in St. Louis, and the checks are directed at families with low income. The mayor, who was one of the most people affected by this crisis, said that the people in the city and state have already a plan to